Hey folks, it's Danny right here. I'm here with my special guest this week, the one and only Mountain Man. How are you, Mountain Man?
Hey, I'm still kicking. How you doing?
Oh, well, I'm a kicking too, man. Hey, it's good to talk to you today.
Yeah, hey, where are you coming out of? You sound like you far off somewhere.
I'm I'm out there. I'll just tell you that. We're from way down south in Indiana.
Indiana. Went there one time. They run me out of there.
They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, no, I had to get out of there. There's too many wild women around there for me. I'm a calm type.
Oh Lord, I don't even know where those wild women are. You need to let me know where you went so I can go find a couple.
Oh, you got to get back to them cornfields deep enough.
I don't want no wild women, man. I'm out in
I don't
LA right
either.
now.
I'm too old for all that.
Me too, man. Hey, you got a radio show, is that right?
Yeah, we do that radio show every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central. They can look up www.mountainmanshow.com and then do that live Facebook stuff too. And yeah, they ain't kicked me off yet. I'm pretty good with it.
Well, good. Did you have a good show last night?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, we had a good time with it. And week before we had old Si and Philip McMillan on there. Old Uncle Si, he was a cut up now. We had a good time with it though. Sure did.
Well, good. My shows come on Wednesdays at 5, so people, they got something to do, man. They can listen to you Tuesday at 5, and which will be 6 o'clock our time, and then listen to me Wednesday at 5. So they got a lot to do with us, man.
Well, I'm telling you, we're gonna be stars one day.
Oh,
We
Lord.
just
You
keep
know,
at it. I don't think I could handle it though.
I'm not real sure I could. There's a lot of work involved in that, isn't there?
It is, I tell you. Oh me, I just never knew I wasn't supposed to be on but one Duck Dynasty show, and I guess they liked me so good they just kept pulling me in, and well, good
Well,
Lord treated me good. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. You know, I guess that's something I should have probably mentioned. You know, this is Mountain Man off of that show that I don't know, it wasn't very popular or nothing. It was only like the most popular reality show ever, isn't it?
Well, that's what they claim. Sure enough, it got more views than any one of them in history, is what they said. Yeah,
Good.
we've all been blessed. Mm.
Yes, sir. You know, you get out of something what you put into it. So when you do put in a lot of hard work, you know, it pays off. And the good Lord blesses you on top of that, you know.
That's right. That's right. We've all had fun with it. It run about 5 years or so, and I don't know, it's getting where it's hard to pull Phil off the farm out there, the duck farm that is, and oh, we all had fun with it, and I always got free meals filming. You know, that Willie, he kind of rides me about them free meals. I'd come up there where they was filming, whether they was filming me or not, just to get a free meal out of the
Well,
deal.
I don't blame you, man. That's
Shoot,
awesome.
yeah.
Hey, you know, I
Mm.
ate duck one time, and I really didn't care for it. So I've never hunted ducks because I won't hunt something that I don't eat. And am I missing out on something, man?
Oh, no, it's a a lot of fun. I tell you, it's fun to shoot them, but yeah, you got to work with a duck a little bit to make it taste good. You got all different kinds of ducks. You know, there's Daffy Duck. And, no, I'm just kidding. You got, you got
Oh
your
Lord.
Donald Duck and all. You gotta marinate them a little bit. And the best eating ducks probably is a wood duck and the green wang teals. They probably the most tasty out of all of them.
So they don't all taste the
Yeah,
same?
no, oh no. There's some of them ducks got them big old flat bills on them, look like a shovel on the front, and I think they call them shovelers or something. You can't make them things taste good.
Well,
Uh,
maybe I ate the wrong kind of duck.
you might have ate one of them big old flat bill looking ducks before. Got a great old big wide bill on them, but yeah, Phil, he'll hunt them things every single day. Every day. Long as duck season's open, he's gonna be out there. They
Well,
get a
that's
bunch
good.
of them usually. They eat them
Yeah.
all up.
Yeah, that's just passion, you know. And when you have a passion, I don't think people really understand when you really have a passion for something, how much it draws you to do it.
Oh, I know it. I know it. I've always had a passion to be in the woods, whether it is hunting a squirrel, a rabbit, or a quail, deer. I just brought up, you know, my daddy took me hunting at an early age and learned me the tricks and I took into it now.
Hmm.
A lot of kids
Yeah.
used to sleep with teddy bears and toys. Whenever he get me a new gun, I'd sleep with it. That was my little sweet toy, I guess.
Yeah, I don't
Mm.
blame you, man. I used to sleep with all my new toys. I get a new toy and I take that sucker to bed that night, and I don't know what that was about, but yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah, yeah. He was proud of it. Mm.
Yep. I recently found out. I didn't know this. I thought you were from Louisiana, but you're from Tennessee.
Well, I growed up in Tennessee. I was born in Louisiana, lived in Louisiana 3 years, and Daddy, he worked for Midwestern Gas Pipeline, and he got transferred to Halleck, Minnesota when I was 3, and when I was 9, Daddy got transferred to Portland, Tennessee, and kind of grew up there, and that's north of Nashville, a little piece, and I
Hmm.
grew up there in them hills and mountains and really took a liking to it. And I've lived in Indiana, lived in Terre Haute, went to school for heating and air, refrigeration there, and he got transferred to Paris, Illinois. That's why I was in Terre Haute. And,
Hmm.
it all worked out pretty good. That's how I got my education in air conditioning, and that's how I met Willie Robertson working on his air conditioner. So it all worked out for a good reason. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. And I love that, man. I love how your life will take a certain course, and you don't even know what's coming, man. And then all of a sudden, bam, there you are. It's like I never planned on that. I love that. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
I
You know.
do too. I think everything happens for a reason. It's like a chain reaction, you know. One
Oh
thing
yes,
will
sir.
lead you to another, and yep, it all
Well,
worked out pretty good.
speaking of one thing leading to another, I talked to you a little bit yesterday on the phone, and you told me about a job you had, and I'd kind of like to know where that led. If you would you share that story from when you worked was it Popeye's Chicken?
I believe it was that chicken place. Yeah.
uh,
Oh,
uh,
golly. It's some pretty pretty good story, but me and my boy, we went hunting on one of these game reserves down here in Louisiana, and I got a deer, and I dragging it out. It done got dark on me, and I couldn't find my way out. I done raked my eyeball with a briar, and tears just flooding out of both eyes. It's hurting so bad, and he wound up having to go up to the checkpoint there, and he talked to them game wardens up there. They got the sheriff patrol out there, and they all started hollering for me down there in them woods. Well, I finally heard them and got out of there, and it was dark. My eyeball was killing me, and I couldn't even drive. My son, he wasn't even half grown, so we stuck a pillar under his butt, and he drove my truck with a trailer and four-wheeler on it all the way back to West Monroe. And I said, son, I can't clean this deer tonight. I said, let's just go by where I work up there at Popeyes, and I'll just put it in the freezer. I've done that before and got away with it. Well, we drug it on up in that freezer, and then I went home and nursed my eyeball. Well, I come back to work to get my deer early before it was my time to go in, and I looked out there in the lobby, and there's that old boy. He come out of Baton Rouge, and he was sitting out there in the lobby, and he was tapping his pen on the table there, and he was staring at me, and I noticed he had a paint slip there. I said, uh-oh, this can't be good. And, well, that was the end of Old Mountain, man, I'm telling you. They fired me. I said, no, well, I done this so many times. He said, that was your last one. I said, oh, hey. But I go feel. Huh?
I didn't know you'd done it more than once.
Oh, well, no, them health department people, they'd come in there, and one of them gals, I kind of stayed sweet with her, so she just kind of slapped me on the wrist and said, don't be doing that to him. I said, okay, I won't. It's kind of funny, though. I'd have them big old bucks in there before that, them big old horns, and them workers there at Popeyes, they'd open up that freezer, and that big old buck be staring at them, boy. They'd slam that door and take off.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. I used to work at a fast food place, man, and this is called Karma. And, I've always been a faithful person. I've always been a Christian. And, this one time, man, I buckled. I was just, I don't know what I was thinking, okay, but it got me. And I went into the walk-in cooler, and they had little cartons of milk there. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to drink me a carton of milk real quick. So I picked this milk up, and I shook it all up. And I never do that. I have never done that in my whole life. And I opened up, like little school cartons of milk. So I opened that thing up, and it was all bubbly where I'd shook it. I smelled it, smelled good, and I hurried up because I was in a hurry. I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get in trouble, And I hurried up, and I took a big old swallow of that milk, and it was thick. It was like cottage cheese, and I gulped it down. And I about threw up right there in the middle of the walk-in cooler. And I thought, okay, God, I understand. You got me.
You did something you did.
And you can bet I never did it again.
Yeah, there's your lesson. I've been caught doing that a time or two. You can't get away from God doing them things.
Oh, no, sir.
You see.
He's got to be, I think God God's up there looking down. I mean, biblically, he can't look down upon us. But anyway, it's a thought of him looking down saying, hey, watch this idiot right here. I'm going to get him. And he got me.
Well, he ain't going to get away with it, that's for sure. I've been in trouble a time or two, my times, but overall, I've always tried to do what's right, I reckon. Just don't want to drag no more deers up in the freezer again, that's for sure.
No, and that, that you doing that tickles me to death, man. I love that. I think that is so awesome.
Yeah. I had to go apply for jobs after that, and I had a really good resume where I've been to school and work experience, and I'd fill out them applications, and I'd watch that boss feller. He'd be reading that application, and yeah, this looks really good. I'm thinking, yeah. Then I watch his eyes when he gets to the part where reason for leaving the last job, fired for dragging deer up in the freezer. Their eyes get real big. They see that. They say, did you really drag a deer up into the freezer? And I said, yes, sir. I sure did. He said, well, that ain't no reason to fire a man. I'll hire you. Heck, this is Louisiana.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That I think that's just so awesome. It's down to earth. Somebody making do with what they've got, man. That's cool.
Oh yeah, my son, he killed a great big old deer on one of these game reserves one time. It must have weighed 300 pounds. It was the biggest deer that I've ever seen around here, and I had it on my three-wheeler, and the three-wheeler was on a trailer. Well, we go into town. We're gonna get this deer antler scored, and so we coming into West Monroe, and then I see this Christmas parade, and they got all the little toy deer, whatever, out there, all kind of floats going through there. And I said, son, I guess that was the last one. So we pulled out, and we got out there, and no sooner I pulled out, here come another, and from some side road, another float in behind me. And I said, uh-oh, this can't be good now, son. And there's people, parked on the side of the road, sitting out in lawn chairs and stuff, and I see all these little kids pointing at me, and the old deer's all sprawled out across the three-wheeler handlebars, tongue hanging out, blood and stuff, and they're taking pictures of it and pointing at it, and some of them mothers, they were shaking their finger, they wasn't really pointing, but they was kind of shaking that finger, and some of them just started up their cars, and they followed us all the way to the sporting goods store, and they took pictures of it, but I never got out of that. I was stuck in that Christmas parade with that big old buck hanging on the three-wheeler up there on that trailer. Oh, Lord.
The scary part about it is it's a true story.
It was a true story. It's in my book. No, I think it's in my book. I know it. I got a CD out, and they made a story out of it. It's called Dead Deer Parade. That's what the title of that story was.
Oh, Lord. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever really got caught in anything like that, unless I just can't think of it right now.
Only in Louisiana.
Yeah. Some people just have that kind of luck, I guess.
Yeah, oh yeah, I could go on and on. We ain't got a whole lot of time, but I got a ton of stories.
I love it. Well, if you ever, like you said, we don't have a lot of time. If you don't have time and you want to tell me any stories, in the future, man, you got my number. You can always call and set up an
Oh,
interview.
oh
I,
yeah, I got tons of them. I sure do.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can get my show get to one point. Dang it, if I could talk. Hoping that I can get to the point where I can do my show live, because right now I have to pre-record it, and then we could have live calls and stuff, man. And I think that would be a whole lot funner.
We'll do it. Shoot, yeah, we can do it. That's kind of the way I do my radio show. We have them live callers on there. You got to say a prayer and make sure. We try to keep the show clean. That's the way I always work. Have a good, clean show. But so far, I ain't had much problem with nasty mouth callers.
Right. And,
But
and that's a surprise, because there's people out there now that do it just to be jerks, But I'm glad they're being
well,
respectful.
yeah, I think that most of our fans, they listen to it, and they've been listening to it for, I've been doing in radio over 5 years, and they kind of know how I am and who I am, and they know about the Duck Dynasty show, who we are, and I think we drew a good number of people that are, godly people and respect our ways and standards of the show, and that makes a difference, I think, in whoever calls your show. But yeah, we have a good time with it, though. A lot of fun doing radio.
You want to give that number for people to call you, so maybe they can start calling in and talking to you. And I'm a kid-friendly guy. I'm a Christian, and I don't do any vulgar things. And I really, I chastise people for doing stuff like that. Like on my social media sites, I had a guy come on and say something about a young lady that I had interviewed, and I got him immediately. I said, no, don't do that here. And he apologized, and he was very respectful after that. But if you want to give that number so they can call you on a Tuesday, man, I'd love for them to talk to you.
Sure, it's 1-800-259-1440.
All right.
1-800-259-1440.
And that is to talk to Mr. Mountain Man himself on his radio show, Tuesday at 5:00 p.m. Central Time. Hey, on my show, sir, I have this little saying that I'm bringing a little home to the troops, because this is Military Brotherhood Radio, and it goes out all over. It's an internet radio station. It goes all over the world, and you would not believe the places that listen to it. But I always say bringing a little home to the troops till we can bring the troops home. Is there anything you'd like to say to the troops to maybe bring a little home to them?
Bye. You can tell them all of us in West Monroe, Louisiana, we love them and we keep them in our prayers daily, and we appreciate everything they do for us. I think that a lot of folks take our military for granted, but we sure appreciate them right here in the great state of Louisiana. And my dad, he was in the World War II in the Air Force. He's 94 years old now and still kicking. He just gave up bull riding a couple of years ago, but he's doing pretty good. And there's just so many things that we can be thankful for, Man, we got our freedom because of the military and people that serve our country, men and women, I think that's something that is took too lightly now by some of our younger generation and probably some of our older generation. But we just, I think people need to get into history more, especially in our wars, and just see how hard that's the United States fought. And recently, I'd say about 9, 10 months ago, me and my dad, we was fortunate enough to go to New Orleans, Brookshires, and the Gary Sinise Foundation and a few others. They sponsored a trip to fly us from Shreveport down to New Orleans to visit the World War II museum, and it's so big. I mean, it takes you 3 or 4 days to see everything at the World War II museum, but once you go through it and you read some of them stories, they're also showing videos on like a parachute or something. They'll show it, like a screen on, and show you what they had to go through in each part of the country or the nation, all over the world. They was, having to fight, and it really gives you a deep respect for, what our military does. If folks have never visited the World War II Museum in New Orleans, they need to go check it out. It is something to see. They got like a 4D theater in there. I ain't talking 3D. This thing must be 4D. It is something else, but I tell you, we love our military and our men and women right here. I tell you what, and we just thank all y'all for what you do, and you're always in our prayers.
Mountain Man, some people are just so ding dang interesting. I think that's why they get the certain status as they do, like you being a celebrity, like you are. And I think it's just because you're so interesting, man. I could talk to you for hours and just listen to your stories, and I think that's so awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. We just don't forget, we try to remember what, military's done, and every day you wake up, you're free, you're a free person. And good night, right. Germany. If they'd have won, if they would have won, this whole world would have been different. Our freedom of religion, it would not be here. And it's being threatened today, and I can't figure it out, but I ain't as dumb as I appear to be. I was filling my truck up at a gas station the other day, and the gas pump starts talking to me. And I look at it, it's got like a TV screen on there, and they started cutting down Donald Trump and saying all kind of mess, and I said, well, whether you like him or not, it ain't fair to do this at the gas pump. So I said, I don't like this gas pump. When I hung a hose up, I noticed that the hose was on the left side. So I guess it was a left hose gas pump. It's the only thing I can figure out. Left hose gas pump.
It has to be. People that I think Mr. Trump's doing a great job. And I think that if people were to back him a little bit more, and it's not that it don't take any effort, man, just keep your mouth shut, and don't degrade every single thing the man does. And I think that he would do a fantastic job. I'm not going to say he's going to be perfect, but I think he'd do a great job.
That's right. They going to keep whacking him every day. I guess that's what the news stations on here do. He ever does something right, you don't hear about it, but boy, if they think he's doing something wrong, whether it's wrong or not, well, it's wrong before he ever did it to start with, according to them.
Absolutely.
But I think they think us folks down here in the South are stupid deplorables or something. We don't know no better. No, well, I can see through that. And what they're doing, though, is they're trying to brainwash the younger generation. I can see that. It's not the media. It's what they're doing to our younger generation. And that goes back to saying, hey, Teach them some history in school. Teach them what our men and women did in the military, had to do for them to be free to get out there in the streets and baller and carry on. If they only taught them history, I think it'd make a little difference. That's just me, you know. There might be some out there that don't like what I'm saying. There you go. That's their freedom there. And their freedom to do that is because of our military out there that fought and died throughout all these wars. So we have that freedom to get out there and voice our opinion.
And, you know, another thing that it could do to help our younger generation is to buy your book and to slow down, man. Slow your roll just a little bit. What's the name of that book so they can go out and get it? Because I know they're going to.
I'm fixing to, I hadn't got it out there right now. I'm getting a new website set up, but it's called Mountain Man Keeping a Slow Profile.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They might still have it. Huh?
It's not even out yet, or is it a re-release? Or?
Oh, it's been out for a while, but yeah, I've got them all in a warehouse in Tampa, Florida right now. There's a long story behind that, but I'm setting up another website to get them out, and that'll be coming out pretty quickly, and I'll be getting that. I got about 5,000 of them books left, so I need to get that out, but it'll be coming out shortly, y'all. Mountain Man Keeping a Slow Profile.
I'll share. I share everything about my guests. I share them, share the information and stuff on my social media sites. So I'll keep my eyes open and I'll put that out as soon as you get any new information on it.
Well, I need to give that fella a call today. He's supposed to. I don't know how to do all that computer stuff. I'm like Phil. I have a real hard time trying to even turn one on. So I need to get somebody to help me out again, get that website set up.
Well, I feel your pain. That's about all I know how to do on computers is turn them on and off and ding dang, man. I'm producing my own radio show and editing and all that. I'm telling you what, my station manager, he has a heck of a time. He just got all over me yesterday, man. You're not doing this right. You're not doing that right. And I'm, well, dang, I'm Danny Ray. Have I ever done anything right?
Yeah, I've watched some of your video. You do have a hard time sometime, and
sometimes.
I saw your teeth. Yeah.
Those teeth are pretty, man. I went to the
I know. They look pretty good. I went to a feller I did an event for, and in return, he said, "Man, you got a bad tooth. We'll pull it and get you one of them implants in there." I said, "Okay, that sounds good." Well, he went and pulled one, and he put the filler in there and all, got it all fixed up. And when it come time to get a tooth put in, he says, "Well, I just pull teeth, though. I don't put the implant in."
Nice. Oh, no.
I still got a big hole back there where that tooth was. I just got to do another event with a dentist that puts them implants in now.
We'll be looking for those dental conventions, and if I find one, I will give you the information.
Well, I appreciate it. I won't wind up like Jed Clampett, gonna have to whittle me some out of cedar to put in there.
Well, that's not all entirely bad. Hey, on my show, I play all kinds of music, sir. I mean, I play any music that, I don't care what it is. It's just from opera to rap to whatever. Is there any request that you'd like to to hear on my show?
Oh, I like that Alabama. Play me some mountain music. My grandma and grandpa used to play. I'll
Heck yeah.
float on down the river to my cage and hide away.
See, that's something people don't know about you, and you're a singer too, and you've got Christmas albums out and all kinds of things, don't you?
Oh yeah, I got a beautiful voice. Mm.
well, yes, you do. Well, hey, sir, I have taken up so much of your time today, but I could go on for hours and hours, but I'm going to let you go, man, because I know you're a busy, busy fella.
Well, it was sure good to talk to you, David. Let's do this again sometime. I got plenty more stories where them come from. I got them on the back burners. I got them everywhere. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we will anytime you want to, and I will stay in touch with you, sir.
All righty, my friend. I really enjoyed it, and hey, God bless our military out there. We thank y'all for what y'all doing, and you're always in our prayers.
That is absolutely true, and you are in my prayers too, sir, and I thank you so very much for this interview, and you have a blessed day.
Bless you, brother. I appreciate you letting me come on. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, and you have a good day.
All
Bye-bye.
righty. Thank you, David. Bye now. Mm-hmm.